Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you're a subscriber. My name's Neil and it's time for the next episode of Loki. Guys, I don't normally do this for the channel, but I am a binge watcher at heart. I've been practicing restraint for as long as I've been doing the channel, about never doing too many episodes at once, mostly so that I have plenty to say and I have time to think about them. But I'm throwing caution to the wind. I've already watched episodes 3 and 4 today. I'm going to watch 5 right now, and episode 6 just dropped yesterday, so you can figure out what day we're actually recording this. I'm going to watch episode 6 after this. I am going to finish Loki today. 4 episodes in one sitting. Let's just do it. I'm excited. I wasn't super optimistic about this series after episode 3, just because, well, we got to know Sylvie. I didn't feel that the plot of the episode was particularly useful to the story at large. And then everything happened in episode 4. We learned the truth about the TVA. We learned that it's staffed by variants, that everyone working at the TVA wasn't created by the timekeepers, that the timekeepers, or at least the physical manifestation of them at the TVA, isn't real. They were just animatronic. You might as well have been at Disney's Hall of Presidents. And now it appears that, well, Loki has been pruned, Mobius has been pruned, B-15's been pruned, and yet I can't imagine that at episode 4 they're all properly dead. So that makes me think that pruning doesn't kill, it just sends you somewhere, or it reboots you, or something like that. There's a great term out there. It's called plot armor, and it basically means this person can't die because we know that they exist in the future. We know the story would end with them dying, and therefore we can assume that even though it looks like they're dead, they're not. They have plot armor. So let's just jump right into it. Let's watch episode 5. This one is called Journey into Mystery.
You're gonna tell me everything.
Well, that was a quick little opening frame. That's all we're gonna see. It was like half a second, but I'm guessing those are other Lokis. Are we just like jumping through a bunch of apocalypses here or something? What's this all about? Oh.
This is the void, that's Goliath, and we're his lunch. Come on!
Oh, it's a giant smoke dragon. Intriguing. I find this show is better when they don't do the massive, obviously CG effects.
Who's really behind the TVA?
I'm as in the dark as you are.
And what if I said Loki wasn't dead? Not yet, anyway.
I'd say you were lying.
Maybe. I'm telling you this willingly. Why? I want to know who lied to me. When we prune a branched reality, it's impossible to destroy all its matter. It's transferred to a void at the end of time. Nothing ever comes back from there.
I don't trust this woman at all.
I can help you if you trust me.
Why would we trust you? Why? After you just did everything you've just done. Pirate ships and flying saucers and...
I'd like to suggest we take a quick breather so I can ask several thousand questions.
Tom, gotta keep moving so we don't die.
I can get behind that, or what's your plan? Don't die. Will someone please explain to me what the hell is going on?
Is that crocodile wearing Loki horns?
All I know is I got pruned, and I woke up here, and now I'm surrounded by variants of myself, plus an alligator, which I'm heartbroken to report I didn't even find all that strange. Why are there so many of you?
Because Loki survived. That's just what we do.
Great, so how do we escape?
We don't. All of us were arrested by the TVA and pruned, just like you.
We're done talking. Let's go. Just do what you want, I guess.
One Loki has what looks like Thor's hammer, or a variant of Thor's hammer.
What was your Nexus event, Your Majesty?
The
killed Thor.
Huh. A Thanos copter? What weirdness was that?
Wait! What about the Void spacecraft?
Yes, the prototype.
Great. I'll get the file.
Find Loki
Find the man behind the curtain.
and kill him.
Together.
Man, do I not trust her.
How long?
Any second now.
Go, go, go!
Yeah.
I'll admit you had me fooled there for a minute. Did Judge Renslayer really feel betrayed by her beloved TVA?
She's self-pruned.
Good. And she's dead too.
So she really thinks that it is death.
But we're supposed to die. Right? Thanos kills us after Ragnarok.
In my timeline, I cast a projection of myself so real, even the mad Titan believed it. And it occurred to me that everywhere I went, only pain followed. So I removed myself from the equation.
How did the TVA find you?
I got lonely because we, my friends, have but one part to play. A god of outcasts.
Is that the first time he's heard that phrase? Or does he just not believe it?
So I'm gonna kill the shark. I'm gonna kill Elias. And I could use all the help I could get.
Yeah, no, they're good. Look at them.
Hello.
How many are there?
Which one of us are you?
And where does she wake up? This is a bird nest? A giant bird nest? Were those eggshells?
Can you shut the door? We still got a little bit of a situation.
Oh, Mobius. Loki for president.
Apologies, my liege. I betrayed you, and now I'm king.
About that.
You can't be serious.
My army, my throne.
About that.
Just all the betrayal. Costume department would have had fun with this.
We lie and we cheat. We cut the throats of every person who trusts us under what? Power. Glorious power. Glorious purpose.
All that time, I really believed we were the good guys.
Orphaning little girls. Classic hero stuff.
Well, I guess when you think the ends justify the means, there's not much you won't do.
The only thing that matters now is getting out of here and finding out who's behind all of this.
USS Eldridge. Is that a historical vessel?
And while he's busy with that, we can sneak around the back and...
That quickly, eh?
Okay.
I don't understand. Is he a coward or was he being brave?
Not too sure.
Throw a rock out here, you hit a Loki.
So you're all after the giant cloud monster too, then?
No,
I'm
I think
going
or
to
two.
enchant it.
She's pretty confident.
Oh, B-15 didn't get pruned.
Whoever created this place is in danger. I need to find them.
Okay. Right away, ma'am.
I'm beginning to think she's not a variant, that she... Well, maybe she is, but... she's different from everyone else.
Mobius isn't so bad.
Or so good. I think that's why we get along.
He cares about you. Don't know how to do this.
I don't even know what we're doing.
I don't have...
People I trust.
How do I know that in the final moments you won't betray me?
I betrayed everyone who ever loved me. And that's not who I am anymore. Okay? I won't let you down.
So if they take down the TVA, does that mean that Marvel is going to develop multiple timelines? I know they're launching the What If cartoon series soon, which sort of explores those what if moments, which are basically Nexus events. Those seem utterly pointless.
I'm staying.
Loki, I don't even know if this is gonna work.
You go, I go.
Good luck. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Looks like you got away in the end.
I always do. What will you do?
Well, he's gonna take down Renslayer.
To the ground.
Thank you, my friend. You're my favorite.
All right. There's our dramatic goodbyes. Our pre-climax psych up. Pointless CGI animals. They're gonna come in at the last minute and help save the day. Walking away makes no sense, story-wise. I like all the, the crashed ships from Avengers, Winter Soldier.
What if we don't have time to wait for a branch?
We'll have to cause a distraction.
He's the distraction. Yeah. There we go. What's he building? A giant fake Asgard?
I think we're stronger than we realize. What are you doing?
We're gonna enchant it!
I don't know how.
You do! Because we're the same!
Yeah. This has got a bit of that Guardians feel, Hold those hands, stronger together. Contain the energy of the giant villain. Where's the kid? What's the kid doing? The kid killed Thor, so we know he's strong. Was that the old Loki's soul that sort of whipped through there right at the end?
Open your eyes!
They've gotten through. So is this at the end of time that we're basically going to right now? Stay tuned next week. Another really good episode. One of the things I've been noticing on this show that I don't often pay a great deal of attention to, because it's definitely not my forte, it's not my area of expertise, is the production design, the costumes. It's such a good looking show. They build some really fun sets. The set decorator and the production designer have built some very interesting worlds here. Yeah, the actual costuming has been something that I've actually noticed, and I rarely do that, especially in superhero type movies. You look at the superhero outfit. It's like, oh, what's the new Captain America gonna look like? And it's all about iconic, but you don't look at the details. I'm looking at like the tailoring of the suits of the TVA judges and analysts and such. It's it really interesting, cool little styles, but it feels like normal clothing, but there's just little things that are different and interesting and cool about them. Like the Loki shirt, the lapels turn into seams that come down here, and just little things that you wouldn't even necessarily notice on first glance. but just make things feel a little off and different. And the same with the production design. I've loved the aesthetic of the TVA since we were first introduced to it. It's got this sort of 50s, 60s feel. The tech is very retro. Everything's got this sort of, it feels like Mike Brady from the Brady Bunch designed some of this stuff in, the late 60s, early 70s. Lots of earth tones and bold fonts and very interesting color palettes. But maybe that's what's rubbing me wrong about a lot of the CG that's coming out, because obviously if you're going to be watching, if you're a fan of superhero movies, and I am, there's going to be CG in almost every shot. You don't realize how often you see it. But I find when it overtakes the shot, when all that is real in the frame is an actor and everything else is manufactured out of bits and bytes, that unless a ton of money, a ton of time, and a ton of really good design has gone into things, then it just doesn't feel quite right. It's really hard to even put your finger on it. Video games went through a phase about 10-15 years ago called the Uncanny Valley. And it was when we got very close to replicating a proper human face digitally, CGI-wise. But it wasn't quite right. There was something wrong about it, something weird about it, and we couldn't place our finger on it. Like, everything was geometrically where it should be, and the light source seemed to be appropriate and everything else, and yet it just didn't feel right. And it was uncanny. It felt unnatural. And eventually they progressed past that by figuring out things that I don't understand. But they broke through that. But that's an expensive process, and that's a time-consuming process. And in making television, as opposed to making movies, especially, time is money, and you're on a tighter budget, you're on a shorter time frame, and you can't always do everything that you want at a 100% level. And often the CGI is one of the things that gets compromised because of that, simply because of delivery dates and time and the number and the budget. Part of my problem is I can't say what's wrong. I can just say that it feels off. And that's what it boils down to. And that's a tough hurdle to clear. But that being said, the story is really cool, and I like where we're going. I'm glad that the judge didn't flip and become a friend immediately, and I'm really glad that Sylvie didn't fall for it, that she doubted it and saw through that deception. And now we're going where we need to go. We've gotten past the void at the end of time, and we're on our way to who knows what. But obviously this final episode will be our climax, and we'll get to see what the show introduces. Because one of the interesting questions now is, if they take down the TVA, and it feels like that's inevitable at this point, does that open up the Marvel universe to a multiverse? Can there be multiple timelines? Will there be... Does that allow them to separate their properties again? One of the really cool things about the MCU is that everything takes place in the same universe. All these characters interact. Even the earlier Marvel TV shows, the Netflix shows, the Daredevils, the Iron Fists, Jessica Jones, those all took place in the MCU, even though they didn't interact with Captain America and Iron Man. They were part of that universe. And so this is different. This is opening up the possibility that maybe Spider-Man and Doctor Strange will not exist in the same universe. We're opening up the possibility of multiverses. And so what does that imply for the future of the MCU? That's a huge question to analyze, especially just extemporaneously off the top of my head. So I'm just going to leave that out there, let you think about it. Let me know what you think that might mean in the comments below. And we can talk about it down the road when we watch a few Marvel movies in the new universe that might be created here. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. As always, come back next week where we do see the finale. If you haven't yet already, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. And like I said, let me know what your thoughts are on this series in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And until next week, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.